everybody, Theresa here of Larkin Design. And so in this video I'm going to assemble my traveler's notebooks. And so I just wanted to show you how I'm going to do it. I have two already that I have assembled and have put together. I have a previous video that goes along with this video to share how I chose what I chose to put in the notebook and the elements that are in the notebook. And so today I'm putting them all together and I'm just sewing them. I'm doing a very simple binding with twine. And so I pulled 4 different colors. I think I put the third color away already. Wait, no, here it is. So I chose green, navy, or no, that's black, pink and red. And I just wanted all 4 of them to have a different color just for visual interest. And so what I've had to do is I've had to measure and puncture each sheet and then sew them together. I'm using a tapestry needle from Dritz, and I'm using the biggest one that's in there. And so there's a couple of ways that you can sew these. I've just done the inside section right here, and for this notebook I left the knot on the inside, and that's, you know, one way that you can do it. And for this one I've left the knot on the outside, and you can see that they're still kind of flopping open a little bit, and so I'm leaving them clipped together overnight so that they'll lay flat. And some of that is because the outer transparency is so brittle, but I think that over time it'll lay flatter. And of course it'll be inside my notebook. Let me show you my traveler's notebook. This is the Webster's Pages patent leather notebook cover with the cutest little choose happy tag on it. And so it just has pockets on the inside, of course, the 4 loops here. I put my December daily log in here. This fits perfect. And this is the only one that I've ever bought, and I just figure as long as I still have pages in it, I'll just keep using it. So that's there to help me make notes if I need to. And then what it looks like when you put the notebook into the cover, because I haven't done that yet. There. So that's what it actually then looks like. And I'm going to close it. There. So, and I apologize, there's a couple of pages I can't share yet because they're design team work, but you'll see them. You'll see them. They're pages that I'm doing for Celine Studio. So, and I will do a full flip through of all 4 of the notebooks and the foundation pages at the very end of the month. So you will get to see all of it put together. I know it can feel a little disjointed when I'm sharing along the way. So what I wanted to do then today, this one is just pretty much the same. I'm still kind of trying to flatten it out a little bit, but I'll just show you real quick what it looks like on the inside. So of course on this one I used the red and white twine because it contrasts with the navy cover, and that's what the center of it looks like. And I still need to trim it down. I need to trim down those edges a little bit. So what I'm going to do then for this video is I'm going to measure all of these pages for the next notebook, and share with you my process for that. I'm not going to show the whole sewing process, but let me grab, I'm just using a spare chipboard. You can use your self-healing mat or whatever you feel like you have that you can use so that you don't puncture your desktop. So I'm going to just make notes here of where the center line is. And that's probably going to be a little challenging to see. There it is. So I'm making the marks for my center line here. Oops. I just broke my lead. Oh, that lead is on there. There it is. Okay. Try to break your lead. 5 1/16. And I broke it again. Okay. And then I'm going to use my bone folder. Let me find those center lines. There's one. And where did the other one go? Somewhere right along in there. I lost it. I lost my center line. Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to do this on a pattern paper, and then we'll use the pattern paper as a guide to mark that. There's always more than one way to do this. So mark the center line here. Mark the center line here. And once we have the center line, I'm going to use my bone folder to score it. I keep losing my center lines. There we go. For some reason that doesn't feel right. Yep, that's right. Measure twice, score once. Okay, so I'm going to score this. And go ahead and fold it. This is the Crepe Paper Mary days. Look at the cute little people. Okay, and then I am going to take, this is my piercer, and so I'm going to take this and pierce the paper on the seam now. I've got the seam where the center line marked, and I'm piercing this at 1.5 inches here, another 1.5 inches, and then up 1.5 inches, and another 1.5 inches. That leaves 2 inches in the center, so the center seam is a little bit bigger, but as long as it's symmetrical, I think it's okay. And then once I have those marked, I go back in here and puncture them again all the way through so that the needle will fit through, and also so that the twine will fit through. Okay, and once I have that one done, then I can bring this back and lay it over top, center it, and use those holes as a guideline. That's one way to handle these transparencies when they're so hard to mark. And once you have the holes placed, then you can score. You can use those as the mark for your score line. Now I have 4 holes marked. Let me pierce those all the way through. And absolutely, it does feel a bit unnerving to do this, but go for it. You'll be glad you did in the end. So once I have my 4 holes to mark the center line, then I can line up the ruler to score. And that should be the center line. I'm just feeling to make sure. There. And these transparencies, they are a bit more brittle, so you just have to work with them and take your time with it so that it doesn't snap. But I've never had one actually snap and break, so that's a good thing. And then once you have the lines scored and your holes, start the folding at the holes, because that's a weak point that will allow you to crease. And then you can work your way along the whole side of it. I have a fiber from my sweater. There we go. Okay, and I'm going to do this with all of my sheets of paper. Actually, I'm doing this like that. With all of my sheets of paper, and then I'm going to take my tapestry needle and I think I'll use black on this one, my black twine, and sew through those. And so I'll come back and I'll show you what they look like when they're all done. Okay, so I got all 4 of them sewn together and trimmed up, and I still have them clipped together for a little while, just trying to help them flatten a little bit. And they are in my notebook cover now, and so I just wanted to show you what they all look like now that they are sewn together. Now I can start where I need to. I can start adding some product and just doing a little foundation work, although at this point they pretty much are complete, because you could totally just build your pages throughout the month just like this. But I have some things that I want to add and play around with a little bit. And one thing that I want to do in these notebooks is do a little mixed media. And so I might play around with that a little bit. One thing I wanted to say is that I alternated how I put some of the pages in here, and this star vellum is one example. And so when you turn the page, you see the back side, and then I put the front side on the next page. I hope that makes sense. So you can mix things up that way. Here's this one, and you can see how my binding turned out. That was a lot of fun. I recommend when you puncture your holes into your papers, go back and puncture them again so that your needle fits through easier. It definitely helps the sewing process go smoother. And I really am happy with how these turned out. They look great. They're going to be a lot of fun to create in, and I'm really excited about having these. This is so different for me than December Daily in the past. But change is good, and I'm feeling really excited about it. So that is pretty much how they all look now, and they are ready to go. If you ask me how am I choosing which one to use first, when to use what, I don't know. I'll probably just go with however I feel, and it will all come together, and hopefully it will be a really fun month. So thanks so much for watching today. I hope you've enjoyed these videos. I hope it's been helpful to see how the notebooks have come together. And then be sure to hit subscribe and hit the notification button so that you can keep up with all the fun things that are happening here. And I will see you throughout the month of December. Thanks again for watching. Bye-bye.